How are you doing?
Okay. No, I'm doing great. It's been like 3 days now and out of the house. So, yeah, I'm just trying to make the most of it. Happy to see my family again, friends, just Superior fans who, for me, put the best foot forward every single second and made sure I stayed in the house as long as I did. And trying to push forward the envelope about things I made promises and things that I want to achieve in life. So, yeah, definitely, it's been great.
So how's the reception been so far?
No, it's been really, really positive. Listen, I always chalk things down to in life, you're always going to have negativity and positivity. Now, if you hold on to negativity, all it's to do is just to pull you down and to weigh you down. But if you focus on positivity, you'll be able to push forward and strive and achieve things you want to achieve in life. So this is where I've channeled my energy and emotions into all the positive things, and it's been really, really awesome.
Okay, so I would ask you, why did you audition for the Big Brother show?
No, I auditioned simply because I knew I needed the platform. I knew I needed the platform to achieve what I wanted to achieve in sports first and foremost, because I came back to Nigeria in 2018 and I tried to apply and get a foot in the door in the sports industry, but I couldn't. But one thing I knew for sure is that the show gives you an opportunity to become like a positive pillar in society. And for that singular fact alone, and knowing about how I want my life to go, the trajectory I want my life to go towards, I knew it was an opportunity for me, and I decided to audition. Auditioned in 2018, didn't get in. Auditioned in 2019, got in. So I just chalked that one down to grace as well. So this is how my story was meant to be. Fail once and then go in the second time. And I definitely auditioned because of the people always think that when you get on the show, it just helps increase your social media followership or help you enrich yourself. But more so than anything else, they forget that it helps you dig deep into the talent pool you have inside yourself, and it helps you give you a platform to be a positive pillar in society. And for me, these factors alone were more than enough for me to want to audition.
Okay, so I must say you had a good run in the house.
Thank you very much.
It was interesting to see. So now that you're out, what would you say is the next thing for you?
Like I said, sports development, entertainment, fashion. So fashion is my thing as well, and entertainment, or sports more so than anything else, because I feel like currently now we have like a structural defect in the sports industry, and I feel like sports education is something that we need to introduce and improve. But then if we're able to subsequently improve that part of the sports industry, we're going to be able to keep pushing things and keep moving forward. And you also have talent identification, talent development, all these facets we really, really need to work on. And I could use football as an example. Could you imagine if someone studies football finance, football business, or football management for 4 years at university level, and then the person subsequently transitions and is working in the federation level? When you're able to do things like that, you have people that understand the basics, the tools, what is needed to excel in that position, and you wouldn't have people learning on the job. Not to say that people learning on the job are not doing well enough, but if you have people that are educated enough, they'll be able to excel, or probably do a little bit more, if not a whole lot more, than people that are learning on the job. And these are things I want to be able to introduce and lay emphasis on. And yeah, these are things that drive me: sports, entertainment, fashion.
Okay. So yes, like you mentioned, the shorts, we're always wearing shorts. It even got to the point,
Yeah, I did.
even when they give you trousers, you always want to fold it up to your tie.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
a thing for you before you got into the house, or when you got into the house, you developed that?
No, it's always been my thing. But when I was in my master's degree, so every time during the summer, it gets really hot.
Yeah.
So when it's hot, really during the summer, you wear less of trousers, you wear more shorts. And just as I was doing it, I just found out that when I wore the shorts and I pulled them up, they just stayed tight to my thighs, and then they didn't keep like moving downwards. And they felt really comfortable because most of the materials really stretch and they're very breathable and comfortable ones. And as a result of that, I just said, yeah, like they're really comfortable to wear. And one thing I always say is fashion shouldn't just be about how good it looks. It should be about comfort as well. So it's something that I always wanted to do. Even right now, we have the flow, feet like Ozo thing. So we have like the short shorts, the do-rag. I've got one here as well. It's like this. So you've got like the flow, feet like Ozo. So yeah, so it's about making sure that people wear things and they're happy with what they're wearing and they're comfortable in it. So because comfort is key in my idea of what fashion should be like.
Okay. So now I'm going to ask you about your relationship with Nengi. I know I saw how your relationship was with her and how you guys usually had the back and forth. So, and she says she's in a relationship, so by the time she gets out of the house, you would see if things can still go ahead. So let's say she gets out and she's still, a decision hasn't changed from what she says. What would your reaction to that be?
Listen, at this point in time, I'm out here, she's in the house. I'm rooting for her to win. But then I really need to push forward, like what you asked me earlier, the main things I want to achieve. And this is where my focus and emotions and energy are at the moment, you know? These things I really want to achieve. These things I talked about multiple times in the house. I mean, when I was in the house, the sports trivia, at certain points, they called me, the Tricky nicknamed me the Oracle, because I think I lost just one sports trivia, the very first one I drew to, and literally won the rest. And it was just because sports is my thing in general. So all I'm doing now is she's in there, me, I'm out here. So I'm just focused on trying to make sure that I push forward these things that I really talked so much about and I really want to achieve in life at the moment. And listen, at the end of the day, time will tell. But at this current point in time, this is what I'm really pushing forward on.
Okay, so are you saying your feelings towards her is starting to change?
No, I wouldn't say anything changes. Like I said, I used the word noun. I need to focus on, just like when you multitask every day, you know? I need to focus on these things because now I'm out here, Hash is in there. So I owe it to myself. I'm sure even if you ask Hash, she'll say the same thing, is you need to focus on these things you've talked about, because you don't want to also misuse this opportunity to achieve your dreams in life, you know? So at this current point, she's in there, I'm out here, and listen, time will tell.
We're just going to see how it goes from here.
Yeah, time tells us everything at the end of the day.
Okay, so for us outside the viewers, we thought you and Kiddwaya were the best of friends, like you guys were going to have. But it almost seemed like you guys had little or no relationship. Would you say it was because of Nengi?
No, not at all. No, I think this is also part of the whole preconceived idea where people are like, okay, we feel like you got distracted when you were in the house. And I was like, yeah, but if I got distracted, I wouldn't have won as much as I did, you know? I won a whole lot when I was there. I even won a car as well, you know? One head of house twice, like I talked about earlier, the Betway Trivia games. And even when we had like tasks and everything, and if people are giving their opinions and I'm quiet, the house will always listen to everyone's opinion and they always come back to, so Ozo, what do you think? You know, so the question is, will people ask someone that is distracted their opinion on things? They wouldn't, you know? So at the end of the day, everyone in the house knows I harbor no ill will towards anyone in the house. And I have a very respectful relationship to every single person in the house. I remember one time I was talking to Dora and I said, the one thing I'll never let happen is to let anything that has to do with emotions affect any relationship with myself and any other housemate. So that's just me, and that's just who I am. I'm never someone to have an ill will towards people. And my relationship with Kid, if anyone watched the day Kid got evicted, both of us were actually meant to do the sports development thing together. We were talking about how we use Gantt charts and smart targets. And that was the day I told him, I was like, my idea of you was, I felt like you're extremely carefree, and those situations could get you and other people into trouble. And he explained to me why he's that way. And it just happened that was the day we like had that conversation. So no, had nothing to do with Nengi. I mean, Nengi and Kid played a whole lot in the house, and Nengi and I also had our own. Nengi and I have our own like friendship and all that. So no, we had nothing to do with Nengi. And Kid and I also have like I'll call it like a respectful relationship, because if everyone remembers, when I got my second strike, the first person that called me into the room to tell me, listen, just make sure I'm on 2 strikes now. I know what it means to walk on eggshells, so just make sure you don't get yourself a 3rd strike. He was like, Nengi likes you, I know you like her, but just don't let yourself get a 3rd strike. It was Kid, you know. So that's just what it is. It's a false thought that me and him don't see eye to eye because of Nengi. No.
Okay. So there were times where when you express yourself to Nengi, she's always telling you off. And on a norm, that should maybe change how you feel about her. But for you, it felt like it gave you more, should I say, ginger. So was that how it was? Because at some point it was like you were even pissing her off. And I think the Saturday party before you even left, she told you she didn't want your friendship anymore and all. So what was it for you that kept on attracting you to her?
I mean, I believe from what you said, like you also watched the show. So if I asked you, when you watched the show, is that all you saw? I could ask you that question as well, you know? Exactly. So, listen, I'll just say Nengi is someone that I really do care about. And I'll just, that's just one thing I really, I would say, because anyone that really watched the show understands or would have seen every single part of everything that happened between Nengi and myself. And she's someone I extremely, really, really do care about.
I know from all your media rounds and interviews, you keep saying from anyone that watched the show, yes, we watched the show, but it's what we see. So it's left for you to tell us the things, because you know how social media is. Things get shared. So it's left for you to, I don't know if you've seen the comments going on online about you. So I would ask you, is there anything, the most serious thing you've heard about yourself since you got out?
Silliest thing I've heard is that I lost focus. And you ask people, like I said earlier, how do you lose focus and still have your head in the game? Like have your head in the game, and like have your head in when tasks come, you're laser focused. You want to win. You know, you can't be a distracted person and you can't be a distracted person and stay in that house for 9 weeks. Can you? Okay. You really can't. The fan base did a whole lot for me, you know, and that's why I said no words will ever be enough for me to thank the superiors. No words will ever be, no speech will ever be enough for them. And at the end of the day, you just know that people, who you are in life. That's just what I say. So the one question I always say is, for people that want to say veil things and vilify me for my time on the show, the question is, did I tear the house apart when I was there? No. Did I make people feel? Did I make people not want to be in the house? No. Did I antagonize people? Did I make people quarrel? Was I someone that would say things behind people's backs? in the house, no? So if you're going to look at someone that lived his reality on the show, and all you could find is just this thing, you care about this person, that's all you want to put your negativity around, then one thing I always say is people are entitled to their opinion. And you can lie to every person in the world, but one person you can never lie to is yourself. And for me, I just focus on all the positivity, and that's all I need.
Okay, so would you say Nengi was your strategy?
No, I walked into the house with no strategy. I mean, I had 7 guys that just knew me well before I walked into the house. And if you pulled 7 of them and said, will Ozo be on Big Brother show? They'll be like, no. Because if you, like I said, using the word again, if you watch the show, you know that my life is centered around family, and my family is centered around education. We're really not a whole lot into the whole entertainment showbiz thing. But then I just let them know that this is something I wanted to do. And when I decided that I was going to do it and I got the opportunity, they were like, okay, when you're going to go there with an open mind, have an open mind. And that's what I did. So I walked into that place. It's not a love TV show. I like everyone to understand that part. But what it is, it's called a reality TV show. Now, for me, I went there and I lived my reality. Could you imagine if you have a strategy and you go on the show, and after the first week or second week, you get eliminated? Now you're sitting back wherever you are and you're saying, maybe I should have used a different strategy, or maybe I should have been myself. But if you walk in there and you have no strategy and you're yourself, you live your life, you live your truth, which is what I did in my case. So now living there after 9 weeks, or being able to stay there after 9 weeks, there's nothing you'd want to change. Nothing is going to make you have a Hadainun moment. And for me, I definitely had zero strategy walking into the house on July 19th.
Okay, so we're wrapping up quickly. So I would ask you, if you were to say you want, who are you rooting for? Which of the housemates are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for Nengi to win.
Okay. So let me ask you, your relationship with Dora, would you keep it outside the house? Because I know you said Dora she's one of the best, she's your best person in the house.
Look, same thing I would say for all the 19 people I met in that house is I harbor personally on my own side, I harbor no ill will towards anyone. And I would be friendly. I mean, I just met Bright like few seconds ago, and listen, the only part of being in the house that is a game is the nomination process. That's it. That's all. That's the part I feel like there could be a game. And on my own side, I have no ill will towards anyone. I'm always going. No one in that house would say Ozo was evil or bad to me. Like, I don't think anyone would say that, you know? And on my own side, I said it a couple times in my diary sessions that every single person in that house has done something positively or done something nice to me throughout their time in the house. And if you remember, I don't know if it was shown that way, but my very first nomination process, I even said that maybe it was because of me that Big Brother started giving us 10 seconds to nominate, because I came in there and for like 30 to 40 seconds, I was staring at Big Brother like, I have no names in my head. Because it's really difficult to get through it at that point. So for me, I have no ill will towards anyone, and I'm just open to friendships with every single person I met in the house, because they're all great in their own individual ways.